Hello everybody, I hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm showing you how you can go ahead and hook up Open Broadcaster software for free where you can go ahead and record your gameplay. Now, to begin, you want to go ahead and go to the Open Broadcaster webpage and then go ahead and click download and pick whichever one you are currently on. They have it for Mac, Linux, which the majority of you probably aren't on, and a Windows operating. Alrighty, and then go ahead, download that, and you just hit next, next, next. I'm sure you know how to do that by now. And then when you have finished installing that, go ahead and open it up, and you should be at where I'm at right now, and you should have the Open Broadcaster software. Now to begin, I'm going to be pretty much showing you how you can get what the majority of people are going to want within a gaming capture video. I'm going to show you how to add a webcam in the upper right hand corner, lower left, lower right, or upper left, and how you can move that around. And then I'm going to show you how to capture your game. Or if you want to, how you can capture your monitor if you wanted to make a tutorial like I'm making right now, or anything of that nature. And then I'm going to show you how to hook up your microphone. To begin, go ahead and go under the Scene tab, right in that white cube, and right click, and then it'll pop up with a ad. Go ahead, click that. Name it whatever you want. I'm fine with that. Go ahead, click OK. And now you can go under the Sources tab, go hover over Add, and now you have a variety of different options here. What we want to begin with, we want a monitor capture. And now you can name it whatever you want. For example, if you had monitor 1, monitor 2, like if you had multiple computer monitors, you can go ahead and name that 1, 2, and go ahead and click OK. I have 1 monitor and I have 2, but for right now I'm only going to show you 1. So go ahead and pick the monitor you want to record. For right now I'm going to be doing monitor 1. You don't want to touch the gamma. That will make your recording brighter or dimmer. Region, you don't need that, or you don't need key. So go ahead, click OK. And now you want to go ahead, right click, add again. Go over to video capture, and I'm going to name it the name of your webcam. If you do have multiple webcams, I would advise go ahead and to name them the name of your webcam. Alright, I go ahead and pick the drop down, your webcam. I've got the 920. If you want to flip your image, go ahead and click that. If you had your webcam in a weird orientation, you can pick that. Leave that on none. If you wanted to change the resolution, go ahead and click that box, and it will be 920. You can even go up to 4K if you wanted to. It'll be a bit choppy though. And pick the frame rate. I'm fine with that. Usually you're fine. If you don't know what you're doing in that area, go ahead and leave that unchecked and you'll be perfectly fine. Audio, you want to go ahead and leave that unchecked in that area right now, actually, believe it or not. And chroma key, you don't need chroma key. The only reason you would need chroma key is if you have a green fabric behind you, where then it will make the webcam where it will only be showing your body, which can look quite professional in quite a variety of gaming videos or any type of video. And for the gamma will make your webcam appear brighter. For example, if you're in a dark room, you can crank the gamma up a little bit and it'll make your webcam brighter. I'd recommend not changing the gamma and you'll probably be fine. Go ahead and click OK when you finish with that. And now if we go ahead and click preview, it'll be a giant picture of me. How you doing? But you're not going to want that to be, you know, capturing the entire webcam here. So what you want to do, you can go ahead, right click it. Oh, my bad. Actually, you want to go make sure you have your webcam highlighted and then click edit. And now you should have a red box around it, and you can go ahead and go to the corner and shrink that down. And when you have it in edit mode, you can actually move the webcam around to wherever you want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and put mine up in the upper right hand corner. You can make it bigger or teeny, up to you. And then when you finish that, you can go ahead and uncheck that. And now for one more thing, for the monitor capture, you can use that to record gameplay, but it wouldn't be recommended. If you want to actually record a game, you're going to have to right click, add game capture. Then you can leave it on game capture. Go ahead, click OK. And now you do have to have the game open before you do that. And for example, it would pop up here, you know, if I had Dota 2 open or League, it would pop up with League, and then you go ahead and click it, and then it would change in the preview window to that game, and it can be any game, and it would pop up in here. And then you can go ahead and click on any one of that. You don't really need any of that though, and then you'd go ahead and click OK. And another thing to take note of is the order of what you have for example, I have the 920 webcam above monitor capture because I want that to be on top of my monitor capture. If you right clicked and go over to position and you moved that to the bottom, my bad, order. So that's actually another way right there to move the position of the webcam. I like moving it manually, but what I meant to do is if you go to order and then you move that to the bottom, the webcam would not show up because you have the monitor capture above the webcam. So imagine it kind of like a layer, right? So if you have a sheet of paper and you have the sheet of paper above another sheet of paper, it wouldn't show. So pretty much you want the webcam on the top. So if you move that up, now the webcam will show up because you have the webcam above the monitor capture. It's not that tough to comprehend. All right, and now another common thing, we're going to hook up your microphone here. If you go under the settings tab, language, English, don't need to touch anything there. Don't have to do anything in encoding. Encoding is pretty much for the max bit rate. If you want to change the audio encoding, you can if you know what you're doing. If not, just leave it. Now, here is kind of a important thing if you're recording a video. It is very important. You have to change the mode from live, which is like Twitch, to file output only, and that will change it to the recording mode that you want to record a gameplay video. Then you can actually record and use it in that area. Now, the file path, a lot of people have the question of, okay, I've finished recording my video. Where did the file actually go on my computer? I can't find it. Help me. That is where your file went. So if you go ahead and click Browse, you can pick right now what you're doing. You're picking where you want the finished video after you record the video to go. So for me, I want it to go under my editing tab, and under my editing, I have, everything I need for editing, Photoshop, video, all that. And then you can go ahead and name the file name whatever you want. Name it DD. And now, after I finish recording the video, it will shoot it out to under my editing drive. And now if we go under, yep, you do. And another thing, you want that on a 1. And the buffer path, you don't really have to worry about that. You can go ahead and leave that at the default. And under video, if you have a graphic card, you can go ahead and pick your video card, and then that will run a little bit better for you. And under the resolution, you want to go ahead and put it to 920 by 1080, and that will give you full HD. You could even put it a little higher. For example, if you wanted 1440p, you could bump that up to that resolution. The aspect ratio, you want that. Usually you want it at that one right there. If you know what you're doing, you can change it. If not, go ahead and leave it. Resolution, again, leave it at 1920 by 1080. You don't really want to go anything below that. You could go down to, I don't know, 1280. But you really want it at that 1920 by 1080 to get that good video quality. And then for the frame rate, you should usually want that at right about there. You could bump it down. Minimum you want would be to like 40 to 30, and that might look a little choppy. I would recommend right around there to have that good video. I didn't change anything. And now for the audio, this is where you're hooking up your microphone. For me, you would pick whatever your microphone input would be. For me, that one is my microphone input. I go ahead and pick that. And then for my actual, oh, my bad. For the microphone input, you pick your microphone right here. So I have an external microphone. I pick line 2 right here. And then I know that line 2 is my microphone input. And for the desktop audio, that is the audio coming out of your computer. Now, that one you could usually leave it on default and it should detect it. If not, you can go ahead and pick whichever one you have. And if you don't know what your microphone is hooked up to or where your audio from your desktop is coming out of, you can go down here and right click on your little audio thing, and then go ahead and click recording, and that little window right there will go ahead and pop up. And for me, line 2 right there is my default microphone, and you can tell which microphone you should pick because you will have the green bar going up and down right there. I could pick my webcam 2 if I wanted the webcam audio, but that would not be very good. And now that one is for your microphone. So line 2, I go ahead right here, line 2. I pick line 2 because I have the green bar going up and down. And playback is where you have your audio coming out of your computer. Now right now I don't have any audio coming out of my computer, but if you wanted to find that out, you can go ahead and play audio, and again, you will have the green bar going up and down, and that would be how you know which one to pick. Now, when you finish with that, go ahead and click OK. And again, if you don't know which one on that, go ahead and pick default, and you could pick default on that too. Kind of play around with it. It shouldn't be that tough to figure out. And if you want your audio to go to mono for your microphone, mono is pretty much you would only hear your audio coming out of, for example, your left ear or your right ear. So it would only come out of one of the two. If you don't want that, you can go ahead and uncheck that, and it won't be mono, and it'll come out of both speakers. Alrighty, and now you can have the push to talk delay, meaning when you push to talk, it will have a delay of however long you put in there. And then you can go ahead and boost your microphone, or anything like that. Usually I leave it on 1. Nope. Hotkey if you wanted that. If you wanted push to talk, you can go ahead and do that, but it will only have your audio coming out when you push whatever button you put it to. Like for example, if you put K or D, if you put D, then it would only have audio coming out from your microphone when you push to the D button. But I'm not a big fan of that. I'm going to leave that unchecked. And for right here, multi-thread, you don't really need to touch anything in here or in there. The noise gate, if you wanted to, for me, I've got an external audio gate, which I can monitor on. But if you're having a clipping issue of where your microphone is a bit too loud, you can change that. For the closed threshold, that would be your low, and for the open threshold, that would be your high that you want the maximum audio to get up to. So if you shout in the microphone, you wouldn't have a bunch of clipping, because it would cut off the audio at negative 25 decibel or whatever. And then if you had that, you don't really need anything in there. Okay, after you finish that, go ahead and click OK. And now we are pretty much all good to go here. Your microphone will be working when you have that green bar right here going up and down, and you can actually change how loud your microphone is from moving that up and down. Now that won't affect anything because I'm actually recording with Bandicam, so I can record the recording program. But for you, it'll affect how loud you have your microphone audio, and then right here that will change how loud the audio coming out of your computer is. For example, whatever game you're playing, or if you have a YouTube video in the background, you can turn it completely off like that, or you can make the audio louder with that. And that is pretty much it. If you found my tutorial helpful at all, I would really appreciate it if you went and hit that like button for me. It would help me out a lot. And comment with any type of question you may have. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll catch you in the next one.